All right, ladies and gentlemen. I've been waiting for this chapter for a hot minute because it's been a while since we had a Dragon Ball Super chapter. I believe the last chapter we had was back in January on the 19th. So it's pretty much been a full month since we had a full chapter of Dragon Ball Super. Now, last we left out on Dragon Ball Super was hold on. I'm getting ahead of myself. Let's go ahead and get the formalities out of the way, shall we? Yo, peoples! Kyushu92 here, and welcome back to yet another Dragon Ball Super. Sorry, I gotta mute Hogwarts here. I've been power leveling a lot. I'm like to level 20 right now, so I can't wait to continue the game later today. But Kyushu92 here, welcome back to yet another chapter of Dragon Ball Super. Been looking forward to this, can't wait to read this chapter. Last we left out on, we saw Trunks, we mainly witnessed Trunks at school, and him having to go up against this android, that was sent by the doctor dude. I forget his name, it was Dr. something. Sorry if I sound a little bit out of breath. Hold on, let me rewind. What is his name? Hedo. His name is Hedo. Last we left out on, we were witnessing Trunks go through his, school life, also trying to hack into that disc, and he tried to do it at his house. He put a virus on his mom's computer, but his younger sister, Bulla, or Bra, she came in and just easily got rid of all the malware. And Dr. Hedo sent his own android, which looks kind of indistinguishable from any other person, sent that in to try and find out who this Saiyaman actually is. Because from the very least, Dr. Hedo knew that it was someone from Trunks and Goten's high school. So he sends the android there, Beta, and it gets to a point where they see the stolen disc, and then Trunks and Beta are fighting, but Goten comes in to keep Trunks from having to spoil his secret identity, because both Goten and Trunks are superheroes with their Saiyan powers and, Saiyaman X1 and X2. So all that goes on, and Mai is also attending the school as well. So, Trunks is trying his best to impress her, but hilarity ensues as he's having to deal with Beta trying to expose him. And, Trunks being a Saiyan, he's capable of doing things that no normal human or no normal android is capable of doing. So all that is going on. And we get to the last panel where Dr. Hedo says, "And now should we begin work on the next androids. This time I'll make ones far stronger and cooler than those so-called heroes." "Heck yeah!" goes the zombies that are pretty much working for him. "Wasn't Saiyaman X1's red cape just the coolest? Let's start from that." Okay. Sure. And that's the last chapter we got. So now, enough with the recap. Time to move on to today's chapter. Ooh, cover page. Okay, we see all the students. We see Dr. Hedo and the zombies. I thought the zombies were like green, but they're blue. They're like blue with patches works over them because this color cover page shows that. Chapter 90! Versus Dr. Hedo? Okay, I was about to say, was I reading that wrong? But no, we get a beautiful color cover page, and we get Goten and Trunks. We get Mai and all the students, Dr. Hedo and the zombies. Chapter 90, versus Dr. Hedo. And it cuts to the inner city, in Cricket District in the West Capital, and it's Krillin. And he's talking to people.
Excuse me, citizen. I'm looking for the corner store where these three work."
"Oh, it's that shop right over there, officer." And it shows a woman coming out of the mammal market screaming for her life, and then something plops out of the door, and it's an eyeball, and we see a discolored hand come out and say, "Whoopsie." And this one zombie puts his eye back inside of his socket. He just casually stuffs it back in there. "Hey, wait, miss, you forgot the stuff you brought." Too bad." And Krillin sees this.
"Bingo. I finally found you, zombies of Mount Butterfly."
And he goes in, and it opens up, and you see a whole bunch of zombies behind the counter, and it shows Mai, who's in there as well.
Huh? What's going on? I'm with the police, and I've got some questions about your boss. You're coming down to the station.
And all the zombies get nervous because they all work with Dr. Hedo.
Oh, you're Pilaf's friend, right?
Yeah, hey, says Mai. And then the zombies try to slink off.
Freeze!
And they all just put their hands up. And then it cuts to them being taken to the station. And then it cuts to Mao Paotsu near Goten's home. And Goten is just playing a video game while he's flying on the Nimbus. And he gets home. And it's like 40 minutes later.
Phew, made it.
Thanks a bunch, Kinton. And I believe that's just another name for flying Nimbus. And the Nimbus flies off. Then it cuts to one of the students who's there looking at Goten going, the bus won't wait for long. Sorry if I sound out of breath. I was working out earlier. And I was trying to rush in order to get it knocked out before I did today's reaction. But one of the students says, the bus won't wait long. The bus won't wait for long, Goten. Oops, my bad. To keep his long commute a secret, Goten gets on the bus a few stops away from school. Because he lives all the way in the mountains. But to, keep it secret that he's using a flying Nimbus to get from his house all the way into the city, he pretty much just flies halfway there, and then he takes a bus the rest of the way to make it seem like he lives relatively close to the house. Because none of the students know who Goten or Trunks' fathers or parents, well, they know their parents, but they don't know that Goten lives all the way in the mountains, like literally all the way in the mountains, far from civilization. So, to make him come off as normal and people not ask a lot of questions, he just takes the flying Nimbus halfway through. To keep his long commute a secret, Goten gets on the bus a few stops away from school. And then one of the students goes, you live around here, yeah? How come I only ever see you on the way to school? I don't get out of the house much. For real?
How'd you get to be such good friends with Trunks when he's a grade higher than us, Goten?
Well, you see, our parents are old friends, which makes us practically cousins. We've known each other forever.
Oh, neat. So anyway, I've got a big favor to ask.
Yeah?
I really want Trunks to take me to the dance this weekend. Would you ask him to invite me? Pretty please?
And it's this blonde who's trying to, this girl is trying to get Trunks to take it to the dance, even though Trunks only has eyes for Mai. I don't know about that.
With a cherry on top?
He told me he was gonna ask Mai to go to that thing. Sorry, Filer. I don't think I can make that happen.
Huh? And why not? You're practically cousins.
Trunks has got swag to spare, so he's probably already got a date. Nah, I don't think he's asked anyone yet.
Then what's wrong with me? Ugh.
And then the bus gets on a full stop. The bus stops abruptly, and there's someone standing in the road. What the heck?
There's somebody in the road.
And it's this Elvis Presley wannabe-looking dude. Listen up, I'm beta number 7. Get on out here, son Goten. Yeah, we know you're actually one of the Saiyaman. Another one of those weirdos? How many is that now? And why won't they quit bugging you, Goten? I don't know, but it's getting old. And then it cuts to that same student going, here, make a quick escape. Oh, thanks.
Ahem, Goten, don't forget my favor.
Yeah, sure. And then Goten jumps out of the back of the bus. And then he hides around the corner, and then he puts on his outfit. And then the bus driver goes, hey, get out of the road, you nut. I said move it. And the beta number 7, his pants are ripping like from the butt up simply because it's too tight and he's stretching it by having his legs just like apart. And then Goten shows up. Ahem! Your undies are showing. I suppose a rush job android doesn't get tailored suits. Bold of you to show yourself. Saiyaman number 2. Saiyaman number 2. Oh, I'm sorry. I couldn't help it. But, bold of you to show yourself. Saiyaman X2. And then it shows Goten fighting android number 7.
Funny how Saiyaman X2 always shows up right after Goten steps away.
True. They're noticing. The students are noticing. Take this and that and some of this. And Goten just messes up the android. Okay, I'm done. Cleanup complete. And then it gets to Blue Hall High School, and it cuts to one of Trunks' friends. The big dance is this weekend. Everyone's invited. You're coming, right, Trunks? I even managed to book Clean God. Awesome, no? The actual Clean God? Really? You bet. And it cuts to his friend kicking a box with Clean God, a box with a Clean God costume in it behind him. It's like, yeah, I got him. He's coming. It's just a dude in costume. Dude went to Party City, got the first discounted item he could find. Well, there is someone I want to ask out. And then it cuts to Mai walking up right next to him. Oh, Mai. And then it shows a poster that says, Clean God will be there. And then Mai just looks.
Want to go to this party with me, Trunks?
What? You're inviting me? I never would have imagined, but yeah, of course. Shoot, I'd better buy some new clothes. And then it cuts to like a ladybug buzzing next to Mai, which I think she notices, but this is not a normal ladybug. This is an android bug. And it cuts right back to the waterfront warehouse where Dr. Hedo is. Sorry, I got my butt handed to me. How amazing is that? Clean God will be at that school. The hunt for the disc is on pause. I'm attending that party.
Without getting invited by a student? How's that gonna work?
I need only to create a female student android, and fast! Yes, the winds of fortune blow my way! I can meet him again! I get to meet Clean God himself! How old is Dr. Hedo? This dude sounds like a kid. How old is this guy? His age has never been stated. He might be a kid genius. Because this is a way that a kid would behave. So I might need to lighten up his voice. Yes, the winds of fortune blow my way. I can meet him again. I get to meet Clean God himself. And then it cuts to Goten as he's talking to Trunks. Whoa, Mai invited you? Yep, didn't even need to spill my Saiyaman secret. Anyway, I gotta buy a new outfit, so I can't hang out today. Sorry, Goten. No biggie. Later. Oh, great. What do I tell Filer now? And then it cuts to that same android bug that was, getting close to Mai and Trunks right behind Goten. Then all of a sudden, someone pulls him to the side, and it's Mai. She knows something's off about the bug. What's going on, Mai?
Careful, we're being watched. If they find out where we live, it's game over.
And then the android bug flies away from them. Watched? By what? That little bug?
It's in league with those androids. They've been monitoring us this whole time.
So that's how they always show up wherever I am.
Beta number 1 said he was created by Dr. Hedo, right? So I did some digging, and this Hedo guy is a famous scientist around here.
And what? He's sending androids after us?
Exactly. Unless we take down Hedo, his goons won't stop coming. Nobody knows where he's based, though, so I'm planning to lure him out.
Okay, what's the bait?
Hedo only showed himself one time since he went into hiding, and it was for a Clean God autograph event. Obviously, the guy's a big fan.
Oh, she's going to the dance, to the party, not to just go with Trunks, but an excuse to try and lure out Dr. Hedo. Ooh. Oh. If Trunks finds out that she went with him in order to lure out Dr. Hedo and not actually be with Trunks, the dude might be a tad bit heartbroken. Just a bit, I'm just saying. Man, Clean God's the coolest.
Frankly, I don't see the appeal. But I'm gonna give Hedo what's coming to him when he shows up at that party.
You're gonna catch him yourself, Mai? Isn't that a job for a superhero, maybe?
Listen, I'm sick of being the damsel in distress.
Fair enough. Hang on, is that the only reason you invited Trunks to the party?
Yeah, so what?
I was right! She's only going to the dance with Trunks to lure out Dr. Hedo. Oh. Who's attempting to call me right now? Oh, okay. All right. I gotta do a little grocery shopping after I'm done. All right, perfect. Hang on. Is that the... Phone is disturbing me. Hang on. Is that the only reason you invited Trunks to the party?
Yeah, so what?
Aw, that sucks, and he was so pumped about it. Exactly what I just said. Exactly what I just said.
I really shouldn't have told you all that, Goten, so keep it under wraps.
Okay. The day of the dance. And it cuts to many students playing on instruments as everyone's dancing. And everyone's partying, everyone's having a good time. And Goten is there with Filer, who's upset. I'm guessing she's upset that Trunks isn't there. Wow, everyone's so pumped up.
Remind me why I had to come to this thing with you, Goten?
'Cause you wanted to spy on Mai.
Duh, I gotta get a read on that chick.
And then the door opens, and then Trunks and company walk in. May I take your things? Don't lose it, okay? There's a really important disc in here. Very good, sir. Why did he bring the disc with him? Why did you bring... Help him, Lord. Help him, Lord. Show him wisdom, Lord. Why, Lord? If you know these androids are targeting you at school, they don't know where you live, but they're targeting you at school. Why would you bring the thing they're trying to get their hands on to school? Help him, Lord. Help him! Why not just hide it at your house? They don't go to your house. They don't even know where you live. Why would you bring it with you to school? These Saiyans get on my nerves so much. They really do. Is dense genetic? Is being dense genetic? Feel like the only person who's escaped being moderately dense is Gohan. And possibly Goten. But why is it Vegeta's side of the family is so dense? Why? What? I gotta move on. I gotta move on. He's got his mother's looks, but none of her brains. Okay. Trunks. Let me move on. May I take your? Let me move on, because if I don't, I'm gonna get really upset at this dude. May I take your things? Don't lose it, okay? There's a really important disc in here. Very good, sir. And it shows Mai and Trunks walking to the party, with Mai dressed up in, like, battle maiden gear, while Trunks is dressed up in a nice white tux. I want to say white, but, you know, colors can be different from manga to color. So, and everyone is just looking at Mai. Ah, there they are, goes Goten. And Filer is just looking awestruck. And then everyone is just looking at Mai and Goten and Mai and Trunks. And Trunks is just like waving at everyone. He's enjoying himself. But Mai has this Urza Scarlet look on her face.
Is that a dress or a suit of armor? Either way, those are some intense vibes.
And then Filer is just steaming.
The infamous Mai. I admit it, she's a worthy rival.
And Mai is just looking around at everybody. And then Mai spots Goten, and Goten is all like, hey, Mai! And then Mai just gives him the nod like,
it's gonna happen here.
And then the other friend, I keep forgetting their names. There's so many names in these different series that I just forget. I just flat out forget. He goes, "Give it up for the stationaries! Can they get a round of applause?" And then I don't think there's any applause sound effects going on, but they continue on. And now, what you've all been waiting for! Clean God is about to take the stage! Hang in there a minute, folks, while he gets ready! And then the other students are all like, "Oh yeah, here we go!" And then Trunks, let's get a good view up front, Mai.
Pass. I can see fine from here.
And then Trunks tries to make his way towards the front, while Mai decides to stand in the middle of the area in order to get a good view of everyone. Okay, we'll catch up after, I guess. And then Trunks just goes to the front. And then Goten.
Psst. Mai, you think Hedo's really gonna show up? 100%. And I'll know him instantly from the photos.
And then the next panel shows Trunks has made his way to the front to see Clean God, and standing next to him is Hedo. They're standing right next to each other.
Oh man, I can't wait. Are you a devoted fan as well?
Only his biggest fan.
I may have you beat.
And then Hedo is standing there with a Clean God t-shirt on underneath his suit.
Dude, the exclusive tee from the signing session? Consider me jelly.
Jelly?
Yes, well, that precious autograph was stolen. Actually, I'm hoping to get another one from him tonight.
Oof, there's some real rotten people in the world, huh?
Trunks, stand aside!
As Mai prepares to aim a gun at Hedo. Huh? And then Hedo looks back, and then all of a sudden, Beta comes up and grabs Mai's gun. Who brings a weapon to a dance, honestly?
Beta! They let my boo back into school, so I invited him to the dance.
Boo? 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 Your girl! Your black girl! She with Beta! Okay. Boo? Let your boo? I didn't know y'all had it like that!
They let my boo back into school, so I invited him to the dance.
And then Mai just looks surprised by this, and then everyone is stopped as Krillin and the police show up. First, we got Mai coming to the dance, dressed up for battle. Then we have Trunks standing next to the very individual that this arc is centering around, villain-wise. And now we got Krillin and the police showing up to the dance.
Halt! This is the police. Dr. Hedo, you're under arrest for robbing bodies from the morgue. Huh? What now?
Thanks for the tip-off, Mai.
I wanted to be the one to nab him, but sure.
Wait, Hedo, so you're...
Curses! I've been spotted! But the genius scientist won't be caught with his pants down!
And he takes a gauntlet. He pulls back a gauntlet, and then a nozzle pops up from the gauntlet.
Smoke launcher!
And he fills the entire auditorium with smoke. He fills the entire auditorium with smoke, and he makes his escape. I'm here, Mai. You okay? And then it cuts to Krillin, who runs outside, and he sees Dr. Hedo being driven away by one of his zombies.
Farewell! Sadly for you, no authorities will ever apprehend me!
Ugh, crap, he got us good. What now, sir? Do we pursue with the aircraft?
No, he'd see that coming and avoid going back to his hideout. I'll go after him alone and stay out of sight. That's the best way to find his lair.
And then it cuts to Trunks with Mai. Mai, were you seriously gonna try and take down Hedo on your own?
Yeah, I can't stand always being the one who needs saving.
I noticed that I had Mai's voice sound eerily similar to Android 18's from time to time.
Yeah, I can't always stand being the one who needs saving.
You should have looped me in.
Actually, your mother told me to keep an eye to make sure you didn't blunder into trouble.
Ouch. Her words or yours? And then it cuts to the dude at the front who says, "Oh dear, they stole the guests' bags and such." The what?
Including mine? With the disc?
I'm afraid so, sir.
Go after them! You can still catch up! I mean, you're Saiyaman X1, right?
Wow. Mai always knew. And also, this is why I said, why were you bringing the disc to school? Hedo stole the very thing that I warned about. The very thing I questioned. About Hedo and his zombies trying to get their hands on Dr. Giro's disc. And the fact that Trunks brought it with him. Only for it to get stolen still. It's like foresight. If you had the benefit of hindsight. But Mai already knows that Trunks is a Saiyaman X1. Go after them. You can still catch up. I mean, you're Saiyaman X1, right?
You knew? I thought you just confused me with that other me from the future. I realized that obviously wasn't possible. You're the only Trunks I've got in this world.
The only Trunks you've got?
Didn't mean it like that.
Listen, Mai, I'm gonna catch Hedo and be the strongest, coolest superhero in the world. After that, will you let me ask you out for real?
Really? That's where your mind's at? Fine. Take care of Hedo and we can go on as many dates as you want. Just hurry.
Yes, ma'am. Action time, Goten.
Okay. And then it shows Mai standing there just blowing out a breath of exasperation like... And then it cuts to that same student who said like, wait a moment for Clean God to get cleaned up. And he comes out from the curtains and goes, have I kept you waiting, folks? Clean God is here to sweep away evil. And he's got like a handheld mop. But everyone is basically gone. What the? Where'd everybody go?
You poser.
And then it cuts to Hedo as he's driving away with his zombies. And then it cuts to Beta. Look, Dr. Hedo, Trunks had the disc after all. I grow so tired. I'm tired. I am so tired, very, very tired of the heroes in this series doing things that give the villains an edge simply because they fail to use common sense. The Saiyans in this story just annoy me so much. Look, Dr. Hedo, Trunks had the disc after all.
Well done indeed, Beta number one. I thought he seemed fishy from the start, but you were chatting like the...
But
I thought he seemed fishy from the start.
you were chatting like the bestest of pals.
Silence! All part of my plan!
No, it wasn't. And as they're driving away, Krillin is flying after them. Yo, Krillin!
Yo, Krillin! Oh, man, I wish you boys hadn't gotten involved. So what's the sitch? Want to fill us in? No turning back now, I guess. Just don't tell your mom. The ringleader, Dr. Hedo, is actually Dr.
Jiro's grandson? What? What you mean he... Grandson? What do you mean, grandson? What do you mean, grandson? I'm hitting my desk. All over. I'm sorry.
The ringleader, Dr. Hedo, is actually Dr. Jiro's grandson. Like his granddad, Hedo is a scientist who specializes in creating androids. Jiro, that name sounds familiar. He's the real bad dude who made Cell, right? So Hedo is in the family biz of plotting world domination? Can't say for sure, but Hedo loves research for its own sake. In fact, he has his androids working jobs to make money for his projects. Putting them to work? Dedicated yet goofy all at once. The thing is, there's a nastier organization operating in the shadows. Oh? How nasty are we talking?
And then we get a beep coming in on Krillin's communicator.
Incoming from HQ. Shift to the side, boys.
Sure. As we thought, the group targeting Hedo is the Red Ribbon Army.
Red Ribbon Army?
The Red Ribbon Army? Did I hear that right? Good to know. I'm in pursuit of Hedo's vehicle as we speak.
Good. Keep pursuing Hedo and locate his hideout. We must stay one step ahead of the Red Ribbon Army.
10-4, ma'am.
And then he ends the call, and then Goten and Trunks go reach up to Krillin again.
Those Red Ribbon guys were a bunch of baddies way back in the day, right?
You know your stuff.
But you know your stuff. But yes, and we think they've started up again recently.
And Goten, and they want to get Hedo to work with them?
Exactly. If the Red Ribbon Army and Hedo team up, we're looking at a real crisis. Possibly related to that disc you had, which contains some dangerous data. It looks like partial blueprints for some kind of creature. I might have guessed. I've got a nasty feeling about all this. We've got to get to Hedo before the Red Ribbon Army does, no matter what!
Because the blueprints on that disc are the blueprints to create Cell.
Huh? Something wrong?
As both Trunks and Goten stop flying with Krillin.
Goten, this is the biggest break we've been looking for, right? Right?
We get to be actual superheroes for real!
Heck yeah! We've got super evil butt to kick! Slow down, this isn't a game, boys. I knew I shouldn't have told you the whole story. Until this case is closed, it stays a secret. Whatever you do, don't tell your mother, Goten. Yeah. Jeez.
And then it cuts to Dr. Hedo flying to another location. With him getting out and one of the zombies going, Dr. Hedo, the two Saiyamen and a cop are coming this way!
Curses! They dared us!
What now, Doc? Do we gotta fight him again?
No. You and the Alpha series are no match for them, and neither is the Beta series. I'll have to activate my last resort, so I have my doubts about his intelligence.
And then it cuts to Goten, it cuts to Trunks breaking down the doors to this secondary location that Hedo is at.
You're cornered, Dr. Hedo.
And then Trunks looks up as we see like a giant chimera monster abomination standing in front of Hedo and his small squad of zombies.
Oh, come on, a dino android this time?
It's a dino-android hybrid.
A dinosaur optimized for power, to be precise. Far stronger than any android before. Dino droid number 1! Crush them!
And then the dino droid launches at Trunks and company, and he manages to grab onto Goten.
X2!
And he gets swatted away by the dino droid. And then Krillin sees him and goes,
Why you?
And he starts trying to beat up on the dino droid. But then the dino droid apparently can use beam-based attacks from its mouth, and Krillin just barely manages to dodge. And in the process, this dino droid starts destroying a little bit of the area around them. You say it's not in sync? Hold on. Ooh. I forgot to turn that off. Ah, no! I did it again. I did it again. I should have double checked. My bad. I forgot to turn it off because I was playing Hogwarts Legacy earlier. I forgot to do that. You saw that? Ain't no big deal to me. You know what? This actually happened the last time I did a reaction. This actually happened the last time I did a reaction to Dragon Ball Super. I forgot to turn my settings back again. My bad. But at least my audio came in. It just didn't sync up with the video, and that's pretty much all that matters. But we have this dino. I gotta go back. I can't go back because I'm so far into the story, so I'm not gonna do it over again just for my voice to sync up. But Krillin is fighting the Dinobot, and it starts destroying some of the lab with Dr. Hedo going,
Hey, don't destroy the lab!
More of the budget's should have gone to its brains.
and as the blasts are going throughout this entire mountainside, the Dinobot has basically gone kind of berserk because it's really, really stupid. And with Dr. Hedo,
Oh, goodness!
and it shows that, it shows Goten is in the grip of the Dinobot, and Trunks is being held underneath the foot of the Dinobot. And as Trunks looks up, he goes,
This isn't a very heroic move, but here goes. Chew this!
and, he shoots a key blast at the face of the Dinobot, of the Dino Droid. Why am I thinking Dinobots? Well, I keep saying Dinobots, it's Dino Droid. He shoots at the Dino Droid's face, directly at its face, and it does nothing.
No way! An actual key blast doesn't work? This thing was built in a lab, so it must have some mechanical parts. That's its weakness!
As Krillin goes around and he starts hitting around in different spots all over the Dino Droid.
There we go! There we go! Found it! You're going down!
As he aims a Destructo Disc. He aims a Destructo Disc directly at this, like, control panel on the neck of the Dino Droid. And this causes the Dino Droid to seize up and release his grip on Goten.
Hey! What's the matter, Dino Droid number one? Frozen in place. Nice one, Krillin.
And then he starts to lift the foot of the Dino Droid off of him as Goten, gets out of its grip.
You ready, X2?
You know it! And then both Goten and Trunks power up into their Super Saiyan forms, and they both launch directly into the midsection of the Dino Droid, and with enough force to send him flying all the way outside of the mountain range. And both Krillin and Goten use a move called
Cyclone Style Tornado Double Hurricane!
And with a combination of their Cyclone-style Tornado Double Hurricane, they completely dismember the entire Dino Droid. And Dr. Hedo can only look on as a gaping hole in his roof as he sees his most powerful android creation just get dismantled by 2 Super Saiyans. And then it explodes behind them.
Dino Droid number 1! No!
Dr. Hedo screams calmly. And then both Goten and Trunks land on the ground as Krillin starts to apprehend Dr. Hedo.
Cleanup complete!
And then Krillin handcuffs Dr. Hedo and says,
You're under arrest, Dr. Hedo. Ugh. I'll be taking that disc, too. No, don't! Huh? Where's the disc?
Because the disc is gone. The disc is not inside of the container. But inside of the container...
Huh? Where's the disc?
And a picture falls out, and it's a signed autograph. It's a signed autograph picture of... It's an autographed picture of Clean God addressed to Dr. Hedo, so that's in there.
Huh? What's this now? Give that back! Clean God signed that photo with my name and all! I value it more than life itself! Huh? You mean... Wait, so where's the disc? I've long since memorized the data anyway, so I discarded it. In any case, I never had the slightest interest in Dr. Giroux's work. The disc case was the ideal size for the photo, so I kept it safe in there until that boy stole it.
Oh, okay then. So you mean to tell me that... Wait a minute. So what was it that Trunks put inside of his computer before? What was it that Trunks put inside of his computer earlier if the disc wasn't even in there? Or was Trunks connecting to the container of the disc because the container of the disc, like the case, had a USB port? So wow, all this time I thought Trunks had access to the disc, but he didn't. He just had access to the case. And that's what caused that virus to get on his system. But this whole time, there's never been a disc inside. Just a picture of Dr. Hedo's signed picture, autographed picture of Clean God. The heck? But it's also good to know that Dr. Hedo doesn't have any interest in doing anything that was related to Dr. Giro, even though he's memorized everything about it.
In any case, I never had the slightest interest in Dr. Javot's work. This case was the ideal size for the photo, so I kept it safe in there until that boy stole it.
Oh, okay then. And then we get narration.
And so, Dr. Hedo was incarcerated, but since he allowed his small army of zombies to be returned to their families.
Mommy, I'm home! So the big head honcho zombie that was always with Dr. Hedo, turns out his body wow, okay. My thing is, why are these zombies returning to their families if they're dead? They're dead! These are people that were stolen from the morgue! But again, since they're technically not alive, but unalive, they're undead, it'd kind of be rude to just put them back into the ground, so to speak. I don't know. But, let's go back to it. Mommy, I'm home!
Oh, my dearly departed boy!
Despite his many crimes,
He were given? I think it should be he was given.
And so, Dr. Hedo was incarcerated, but since he allowed his small armies of zombies to be returned to their families, despite his many crimes, he was given reduced sentences at the request of those families. Hedo was only formally charged with the crime of stealing bodies from the morgue and putting them to work at a corner store. For this, he received a 3-month sentence, and it shows Hedo inside in jail.
Huh. I can continue my research wherever I happen to be. I need only to access a new lab and work remotely. After all, I've created Hachimaru, a more intelligent model than Tentomaru.
And he says this as Hachimaru was basically the little ladybug surveillance bug that he had, but a new model was basically a wasp or bee. He's using that to, work remotely.
After all, I've created Hachimaru, a more intelligent model than Tentomaru. No prison guards could hope to contain a genius scientist of my caliber. Giving up is not my style, not when I've yet to create the ultimate android.
So he says he has no interest, never had the slightest interest in Dr. Giro's work, but he's essentially doing the exact same thing that Dr. Giro was doing, attempting to create the ultimate android. And that's where the chapter ends. Alright, so let's just go over everything that transpired in this chapter. I say again to everyone who's probably going to be watching this in the future, I completely forgot to turn my voice delay back off. So apologies if my voice doesn't seem synced up with everything else. But the things that we've gone over in this chapter was, Mai knew that Trunks was Saiyaman this entire time, Saiyaman X1 to be exact, and she knew it was him this whole time, so his secret identity and hoping to reveal it in hopes that Mai would like him was basically fruitless from the very beginning. The big dance happens, one of Trunks' fat friends tries to put this whole party together and then try to appear as Clean God. Dr. Hedo is found to be not only a massive fan of Clean God, but also infiltrated the party as well in order to get another autograph. And in the process, a big chase ensues, and he winds up getting finally incarcerated, even though his work as a scientist is nowhere near over. But all this time, I feel like here's the thing. All the times that I've been mad at, actually, wow, this game, not this game, because I'm looking at Hogwarts now, but these chapters basically just gaslit everybody, including me, into thinking that we can't allow Dr. Hedo to get his hands on the disc. But it turns out that in this chapter, the disc was never even there. What's my streaming schedule? If I have multiple things going on within a day, like multiple streams within a day, I try to do some things at 10 and then later at 12, but I got some errands to run, so I probably won't be able to start to at least maybe 1 or even 2 today when I continue Hogwarts Legacy. But my schedule tends to be 12 with a vast majority of things that I do. Sundays, my manga reactions tend to start at 1 p.m. since I got church in the mornings, and as a band member, I got to be there for a hot minute. So my reactions for Sundays tend to be 1 p.m., and if I get home earlier, sometimes even 12:30 or 12:45. Then throughout the days of me doing other things, mainly my stream schedule tends to be like 12 p.m. in the afternoon. Almost every day, I want to say. I tend to take breaks sometimes, but for the vast majority of the days, it tends to be at 12. But nothing too concrete, but that tends to be what I tend to stick to, unless I have something very pressing that's going on later, then I just start as early as possible. Going to react to solo leveling tomorrow. Here's the thing, Ashbourne. I don't think you saw the community post, but I don't do reactions to solo leveling from Ashura scans, which means I don't react to the early scan translations that drop on Wednesdays. So I react to the official chapters that drop on Mondays. So what would be the next biggest chapter on Ashura scans? I won't read until the following Mondays, because that's when the official sites release them. I've gone completely official now. I don't read from scan sites anymore. So my solo leveling reactions are on Mondays now. And the latest chapter I just did was episode 6, which saw the return of Lady Selner and another one of my favorite characters. If you haven't read it, then I won't say anything. But yeah, I don't read on Wednesdays anymore concerning solo leveling. I'm strictly legit now. I'm strictly official, because I want to be official in everything that I read. If I'm reading officially from the Viz site for all of my other manga, I want to read from the official sites for all of my manhwa, and that's how it's going to be on this channel. So every Monday, that is when I do my solo leveling reactions. But other than that, my scheduling pretty much tends to be about the same. So it's nothing too new. But yeah, this was a good chapter. But my thing is, Dr. Hedo said that he has absolutely no interest in the work of Dr. Giraud. But he ends the chapter by saying, like, nothing will stop me on my work with creating the ultimate android. That's basically the same exact thing that Dr. Giraud was doing. Also, Hedo is the grandson of Giraud. I did not see that coming. I did not see that being dropped. Now, so the work of Dr. Giraud continues on long after his death. Because remember, Dr. Giraud got destroyed by, I believe, Vegeta? I think it was Vegeta who took out Dr. Giraud. I believe it was. I forget. It's been a while since we've seen Vegeta or Goku, because it's been years. It's been years. Remember, the last time we saw Goku and Vegeta was when Frieza showed up, wiped the floor with everyone, and then showed us that Frieza has attained a power that transcends both Ultra Ego and Goku's new refined version of Ultra Instinct. Black Frieza. Black Frieza has shown that Goku and Vegeta are not ready to face him. So that's the last time we saw of Goku and Vegeta. We have no idea where they are at right now. Mind you, because Frieza said that for him to attain the Black Frieza state, it took him 10 years worth of experience, which is why he used his own personal hyperbolic time chamber he found in one of his conquests conquered planets. So he gained 10 years worth of experience. So Goku and Vegeta had to obtain 10 years worth of experience and then some in order to deal with Frieza when Frieza comes back and he poses a threat to Earth and basically everyone else. So that's a whole matter altogether. We're just following the storyline of Goten and Trunks right now. I'm glad we got this chapter for Dragon Ball Super. I feel like it's going to be a hot minute before we get another one. Like, if I go to the full listing here, yeah, we don't get another chapter until a full month from now. We don't get another one until March 19th, at least like a couple of days before my birthday, so that's cool. But that's it for Dragon Ball Super for this month. We are not getting any, well, obviously we're not getting anything else since next week is the last week of February. But that's it for Dragon Ball Super. I'll see you guys again on March 19th. I enjoyed this chapter. Mai has grown on me considerably. Not the fact that she's just I wouldn't say she's indifferent to everything, but she's very steadfast when it comes to her own goals. Like, she's very perceptive, being able to tell that her, Goten, and Trunks are being followed by Dr. Hedo, and how quick she was to, you know, resolve this whole Hedo situation. She was prepared to kill him. That was a gun she brought. But everything went off, and then there's that. So with that, now I'm wondering, with Dr. Hedo in jail, what's the next thing going to be about? Because I feel like this arc for Dr. Hedo is over now. He's in jail, but he's still going to continue his work. But as it stands right now, I don't see him posing like a major threat, since he's not going to have access to his lab as easily in person now that he's in jail. So now my question is, since the whole Hedo thing seems to be done for right now, where do we go from here? Are we finally going to see Goku and Vegeta after all this time? Because it's been years. But we'll have to see. All right, ladies and gentlemen, I'm done. I got some errands to run and take care of and get knocked out, so I will see you all later today as we continue Hogwarts Legacy, because I got power to gain. So to everyone here, hope y'all enjoyed. Can't wait to see you all in my next video. And if you're new to the channel and you enjoyed what you saw here today, then like, subscribe, share this stream with everyone you know, because the more the merrier. And maybe even consider becoming a member, because I am always looking forward to entertaining you. So have a fantastic day, and once again, as always, later, peoples.